All right, so let's talk guarantees. I've talked about this a lot on our landing page and on the marketing materials, but if you join Maker School, I am guaranteeing that you will get a customer within 90 days or you'll get your money back. If you think about it from my perspective, the benefit of me offering a guarantee is that I get significantly higher conversion rate on the front end, right? I think that's obvious to everybody because the decision is no longer, am I going to get what Nick is talking about in this program? The decision is like, well, if I pay for this, it can go one of two ways. One, I'm going to crush it, have massive success, and have an amazing life. Or two, I'm going to fail, but then I'm just going to get all my money back. And maybe in the process, I'll have learned a bunch of new stuff. I'll have gotten to talk, DM, get coaching and consulting from Nick, and that sort of thing. So my idea is just to make it as logically obvious a decision as humanly possible. And I think that's what I've been able to do so far. I do this a lot during my cold email. Obviously, I talk about this in the offer section. So anybody that's at that level will already understand where I'm getting at here. But that isn't the only reason. If you think about it further from my perspective, me offering a guarantee incentivizes me to make this program as high quality as possible. Because if this program is not as high quality as possible, well, then my refund rate will go up, right? Because people will not have achieved the outcome that I am offering. And so in this way, it basically just aligns my incentives to make sure that I sort of have a fire under my ass to just make this program as good as it can be. If I end up with a higher refund rate, for instance, if you think about it from my perspective, then I'm like, oh shit, I need to make this program better. I need to fill in the gaps. So I'm going to be following up with the people that want to quit. I'm going to be understanding why I couldn't make it. I'm going to be improving the accountability, improving the processes, and just making this the most airtight program on planet Earth. So, like most guarantees, that doesn't mean that you can just show up and then be like, I want my money back. I don't like this. You need to have fulfilled the full 90 days, which I'll talk about in a second. And you also need to put in the work. This isn't just a time thing. I'm assuming that you're here because you want to get that customer and you want to grow an automation business and build a thriving life for yourself. If you didn't, it'd be very silly for you to have signed up. So, in order to qualify for this money back guarantee, you need to fulfill all four of these criteria. The first is that you need not to have acquired a paying client by the end of your third month or day 90 in our program. The second is that you need to have attended at least 2 out of 3 monthly calls within the community during your first 3 months. As you know, I do a monthly call where I go down a big list of coaching questions, automation questions, sales questions. I basically just give you my unfiltered thoughts on it. If you wanted to succeed, you would be part of those monthly calls. And so in order to be eligible for this, you need to attend them. The third is that you need to have sent at least 100 Upwork applications each month for 3 consecutive months. I mean, I've talked about this a lot, but Upwork is by far the lowest hanging fruit to get customer number one. So you need to have sent at least 100 of these. Mathematically, it's just about 3.3 per day, not very difficult. And then the fourth is you need to have sent at least 1,000 cold emails each month for 3 consecutive months. And this is probably the easiest one for you to do because if you think about it mathematically, all you need to do in order to send 1,000 cold emails is you need let's say you have 9 boxes, that's a volume of about 200. Let's just say 200 for now to be super conservative. That just means you will need to send cold emails for 5 days out of a full month. Well, there's about 20 to 25 business days per month. You're totally cool, right? You're going to be totally fine if you send just a few days of cold emails, and you will qualify for this one. So I didn't want to make this ridiculous, but I did need to make this. I did need to have some eligibility criteria. Obviously, there are always going to be people in any program that you join that are just going to try and take advantage of you. And I know for a fact that there are going to be some people here, but I'm not going to try and lose sleep over the small 1% of people that are going to try and take advantage of me. I'm going to try and cater this towards the 99% of people that are actually going to put their head down, put the work in, and then try and build the dream life that they desire. All you need to do if you want to claim this guarantee is just send me a DM. Just shoot me over a DM with this. I'm going to go through my eligibility verification procedure. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Like if I really don't believe that you sent Upwork apps, if I really don't believe you've done the cold email stuff, if just something about your progress, if something about you're supposed to check mark every school classroom module as you go through. If that's not all done, if you haven't really been engaged in the community, I'm going to ask you some questions because I want to make sure that you have actually put in the work, and I want to make sure that I can help you. But assuming that you have, then I'll send you a full refund, no problem whatsoever. It takes 5 to 10 business days to be processed. And then, I naturally, as I mentioned, you reserve the right to verify your eligibility criteria before proceeding. There are going to be some people that are going to fuck with me, but say la vie. If any of the above conditions are not met in full, then my decision regarding the fulfillment of these terms is my own. And, I have full rights to make it. So I've published that. And if you guys have any questions about that, just let me know.